We are 880 Wrestling, and welcome to another edition of Thursday Night Fights! Folks, we are less than 48 hours away from Misconnections 4 right here at the warehouse. And with this being the last Thursday Night Fights before that night, of course it's a big one because tonight is the disco before the breakdown. Your opening contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall.
Well, you heard Eamon. Here we are on 880 Wrestling Thursday Night Fights. Pittsburgh's favorite jagoff, Austin Carnes, joined here with professional Paul Michaels. And Paul, we're starting with the Jocks.
Introducing first, team number 1, fighting out of the CCAC Auxiliary Gymnasium. They are the team of wearing number 69, Big Jim Fridge. His partner, wearing number 1 and standing at 6'7", Swayze. Together, they are the Department of Jocks.
Big Dev Swayze and Big Jim Fridge here in tag team action, kicking off Thursday Night Fights action, and just the two of them tonight representing the Department of Jocks. Austin, that means you might have a night off from coat rack duty.
I guess so, Paul. No coat rack duties for me, no Chug, no Mickey Morris. Dev Swayze and Big Jim Fridge going in at it alone tonight. Obviously, this match has been brewing because of some social media clips that's been going viral.
And their opponents.
Like I said before, these two have been going at it on social media with both of the Jocks as of late. Let's see what MDMA has cooking.
Making their way to the ring, fighting from a galaxy far, far away. This is the mightiest little luchador, Los Tonios, and the fireman, Luca. Together, they are most dope masked aliens. MDMA!
Los Tonios and Luca of MDMA. I've seen a couple of different clips on Instagram and Facebook earlier today where Los Tonios seem to be in the head of both Dev Swayze and Big Jim Fridge, which is why this tag team match is happening. Two tag teams climbing up the ranks here at 880 Wrestling. What do you think of MDMA, Paul?
I'd certainly give them the edge in this one, at least early on. Just because of those aforementioned mind games on social media, maybe kind of getting the Jocks out of their game with those mind games kind of before we get started here. So it's early advantage here to MDMA, but of course it's Thursday. We're going to settle it in the ring.
It'll be Big Jim Fridge starting it off with Los Tonios of MDMA for our first match here on Thursday Night Fights. Of course, this Saturday is our big show, Misconnections, which is taking place right here at the warehouse, 829 Industry Street. Tickets, of course, are still on sale for that. I can't wait for Misconnections, Paul. It's going to be great.
Super excited for Misconnections, but we have action ready here.
Oh. And we see Tonios grappling right now with Big Jim Fridge. Big Jim Fridge obviously has the height advantage here against Los Tonios, but we can't take anything away from Tonios and the speed advantage. The speed advantage of Los Tonios could come into play here with a cat and mouse attack. Behind Tonios, and look at this! Up and over, right back into the headlock.
Antonio certainly using that speed advantage. Can get one over on Jim Fridge. Certainly would give the power advantage to the Jocks. But as we mentioned, the quickness advantage of the luchadors in MDMA.
Let's not forget Los Tonios is the most experienced one of part of MDMA. Luca, of course, is learning under the tree of Los Tonios.
Of his father, and now in tags, the aforementioned Luca.
Fireman himself, Luca. Look at this. Interesting position there for Big Jim Fridge, and Luca is going to fling right on top of him.
Let's go one more time.
Effective tandem offense. Crowd getting behind MDMA here.
Oh!
The rolling thunder action.
Covered by Luca and Fridge, right at 2. And again, we talked about MDMA multiple times here, Paul Michaels. I mean, even Los Tonios himself had a singles match with NDM not so long ago. I mean, you can only imagine these two, now that they've had multiple tag team matches under the belt, they could be looking for gold eventually down the line.
Absolutely, and Austin only less than 48 hours away from Misconnections. Psychedelic Dreams on record saying they'll defend the tag team titles at Misconnections. We do not know at this point who their opponents would be, so there's a chance for a few tag teams here kind of in the 11th hour to jockey for position, maybe earn themselves a championship match, whether it's Saturday or even later down the line.
No, that's a great point, Paul. I mean, this could possibly be the warm-up match for Psychedelic Dreams on Saturday. Of course, we'll still see Psychedelic Dreams in action later tonight as well here on Thursday Night Fights. And Big Jim Fridge has been in there for quite some time by himself, dealing with both members of MDMA. Now Luca fighting from his far corner. Oh, and look at this athleticism. Trying to roll up Fridge, but the height of Fridge not allowing him to go down, and tagging in Big Dev Swayze. Of course, Luca's does not understand that Fridge was not the legal competitor, so Dev takes advantage.
A little showboating, probably. The tag does not warrant that level of showboating there by Dev Swayze.
By Dev, only 2 for Luca. You know, Paul, I actually heard that spring break's right around the corner, so maybe the Jocks will be at a couple less parties. I heard they were at Duquesne University last week. Oh. And the strength of Dev Swayze hoisting up El Luca like he's nothing. Oh, and dropping him down.
And this is the type of matchup the Jocks want to wrestle here, using that size and power advantage. But not enough to put Luca away on that one.
I mean, Paul, I don't mean to put you in a corner here, but if you are MDMA going up against 2 of the largest competitors that we have on the 880 roster, certainly 2 of the tallest, how do you fare in this kind of match? What kind of strategy would you have?
I think it's, the Tag Team 101 is always trying to, keep the matchup over to your own corner. Frequent tags, keep yourself fresh. Avoiding precisely what's happening here of letting the match, too much time of the match be spent in the Department of Jocks' corner, kind of letting them do the same thing. I think they want to wrestle the particular type of match in terms of using that speed advantage, that agility, kind of take the Jocks off their game with some of that high-flying type offense.
The Warehouse certainly not a fan of Dev Swayze. You hear the Swayze sucks chance, but right now El Luca is far from his corner. Jocks doing a pretty good job of keeping him far away from Tonios. Look at Dev just bear hugging El Luca from behind. Has him set up, and what is Fridge thinking? Dev tags in, legs locked around Luca, and drops him off the top rope. And here's Dev with a big leg drop. Covered by Swayze. Oh, and Luca only at 2.
And that was super close, Austin. The Jocks wrestling the exact type of match they want to. Big forearm to Tonios, taking him off the apron. And Luca isolated all by himself there, and that's an opportunity for some team offense from the Jocks, though Luca fights out of it. And there's the bridge on Fridge.
There's a little rhyme there, Paul Michaels. Jocks were looking for a double choke slam. Luca fighting free. Big step up insecurity to Swayze. And this may be El Luca's moment to get to his corner.
Crowd firmly behind Luca to make that tag to his father, Los Tonios.
Well, Big Jim Fridge gets the tag, and so does Tonios. And look at Los Tonios gonna fly.
It's an effective way to enter the match, Austin. From off the top rope, the high rent district. Tonios fighting them both off himself.
Yeah, and he's not done. Tight roping across the top rope and sending Swayze across the ring.
High potential for 2026 to be a breakout year for Los Tonios. Has had some great matches here at the Warehouse and could add to that list with a big effort tonight.
Yeah, but what kind of creative ideas does MDMA have in mind? Luca has Tonios by the hand on the top rope. Balancing it out now is Tonios, trying to find his footing. Oh, and look at this, Tonios, all the way to the outside.
What's Luca thinking here? As we take another look here at the replay provided by Sidekick Media Services. The dive by Tonios, and now this is not a replay. They're back up there, Austin.
Yeah, why not? Don't fix something that's not broken. Oh, and here's Swayze.
It's a little broken now.
Now Luca ducks around. And oh, what a big uppercut from Big Jim Fridge. And Dev gonna boot Tonios off the top row, leaving El Luca all alone with the Jocks.
Big opening for DOJ here to possibly put this one away.
Oh, they tried to hit it earlier, and this time they connect. Covered by Fridge, and that's gonna do it.
Here are your winners, the Department of Jocks.
Well, the Department of Jocks are gonna walk away tonight with the opening victory against MDMA in questionable fashion, but got the job done, Paul.
And with all these teams here in 880 Wrestling jockeying for position, certainly no pun intended, this is a big one for Dev Swayze and Big Jim Fridge. Is this their way to find themselves on the card for Saturday's Missed Connections 4? We certainly don't know the answer to that, but we may find that out within this 48-hour window from that show.
Well, the partying is certainly going to start soon. Dev Swayze, Big Jim Fridge, your victors here in our opening contest. And I can only imagine the parties they're going to have tonight after this one.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got more great action like that to come here tonight at Thursday Night Fights and also this Saturday at Missed Connections 4. A great night.
Oh, what the hell?
No,
John?
No. This is my microphone. This is my ring. This is my show. Get out. Get out.
Oh, come on, John. Don't bother aiming.
He's just doing his job.
Exactly.
Now, I originally planned on coming out here tonight for Casey Warr to have to prove to me that he's earned a chance to defend his hardcore title against me this Saturday at Missed Connections 4. But 880 Management went ahead and announced that match earlier today. So since they took that decision from me, I'm going to take my time back right now. This is my segment. Something's missing though. Austin.
Me?
You
Pencil-dicked virgin, get in this ring right now. I want to be interviewed by the so-called interviewer of 880 Wrestling. So come do your damn job.
Well, he's going. Austin Carnes on his way into the ring.
Well, John, a couple weeks back, I was in this ring with KC Warr, and you decided to come in from behind with a steel chair and interrupt that interview. Why did you do that?
I knew you were fucking terrible at this. Never mind. Casey Warr has taken everything from me. He took away my decision to have this match, and now I have to wrestle him again tonight in the 10-man tag main event? No, that's bullshit. He gave Clayton King 3 orbital fractures with those GTSs last week, okay? Y'all know Casey Warr? Let me tell you about Casey Warr. I got more than enough to say about that asshole.
Check 1, 2. Toddy Tondera here. Paul, I wasn't scheduled to make an appearance on broadcast commentary this evening, but our broadcast colleague Austin was brought into the ring by some guy named John. I'm not sure what's in store for this one.
And I'm certainly getting some flashbacks to about, say, 4 or 5 weeks ago when some guy named John unjustifiably planted Austin Carnes right on his face in the middle of that KC Warr interview, but here's KC now to confront John, and we will see what KC's got to say.
You've had your time. Now, John, believe me when I say this, I speak for everyone in the room. Shut the fuck up!
110% of the room, in fact.
He does not speak for me.
It's unbelievable. You leaders by example, you think you can get one over on me. Remember, I know that John has beaten me twice. But let's reflect on that. You drove my head into the TNF title back in the South Side. During the home run tournament, you took advantage of the referee having their back to you, and you struck me with my own hockey stick. Yeah, I should have been TNF champion months and months ago, and I should have been the points leader in the home run tournament. So you're real proud of yourself, John, because you show your ugly, stupid, fucking mustached face when I have the hardcore title. Those are matches with honor. You know, when you step into the ring with the shoot psychopath and I'm holding this belt, there are no rules. I will not take my eyes off of you, and it's been such a blast since Kings of the Cold, because by your design, I'm stacking bodies of the leaders by example. Reese hasn't been seen since. You sent your best friend, the ferret boy, after me? The fact that Clayton King has only been relevant in 880 wrestling is when I put his stupid ass through a door and whenever I broke all those bones in his face with my knees.
Not to mention, he took a bite out of his finger.
So, after Clayton, I get you, John. The stupid leech that has managed 3 different groups. Oh, and he started out as a ring announcer. I think I liked him much better then than I do now. Because all you do is try and leech success off of everyone else in this building, and you have nothing to show for it, but again, that stupid fucking mustache. You couldn't even lead Joe Murphy to success, you stupid ass.
Buddies.
Okay. He's a good buddy, don't worry about it. So on Saturday, I will see you for the hardcore title. And there's nothing that you can do about it. I am not scared of you. You have no backup. This is going to be easy, John, because I'm going to break every bone in your face just like I did Clayton. And at the end of the match, it's going to be LFG 1, 2, 3.
Well, see, I told you Austin Carnes is the safest he's ever been behind the shoulder of the Muay Thai maniac KC Warr. And wait a second.
Guys. Hey, you guys know the rules. Outside of tonight's main event, you guys are not allowed to put hands on one another. You guys know that, or else the match is off. It's off.
Just as I said that. John, what are you doing, buddy? He's in college. I'm so sorry for what you just saw on Thursday Night Fights. Again, some guy named John striking the face of Austin Carnes. And I'll tell you what, in a couple of days, the only striking that's going to be done is KC Warr across the face of some guy named John. Are you okay? Are you okay to come back? Okay, you see it on the screen now. Casey Warr, some guy named John, Hardcore Championship on the line. Missed Connections 4.
Good seeing you, Toddy.
Well,
I'll show Austin how to file that
That is one of the many
expense.
matches you will see on Saturday. Casey Warr, some guy named John for the 880 Wrestling Hardcore Championship. If you don't have your tickets yet, get them now. Go to Ticket Leap. Get your tickets for Miss Connections 4. They'll also be available at the door here at the warehouse. Do not miss out this Saturday because it's going to be another fantastic event for 880 Wrestling. Now, before I was rudely interrupted, who's ready for some wrestling? This next match is a singles match scheduled for one fall.
Well, here we go. Gonna try and regroup now. Sorry if I'm a little off after what just happened. I'm back with Paul Michaels. It's good to see you, Paul.
Good to see you too, Austin. I'm sorry that happened. I for one, have never been supportive of anything of that sort happening to you. I wasn't a fan of it when it happened before. I mean, you and I don't always see eye to eye on every little thing, but to me, you have a job to do. I have the same job to do, and you know, in that scenario, I never support when they physically involve you like that.
Yeah, we're going to try and move past that as quick as possible. I did not expect to be in the ring for that bit. I thought I was going to be with you on the mic all night. So I'm going to move past that, change some gears here, go into our next match.
Making their way to the ring, they are Pittsburgh's favorite crash out and the queer-coded villain. This is No Mercy, Zeke Mercer.
Well, as we change gears here, Pittsburgh's favorite crash out, Zeke Mercer.
The next time my music doesn't get played, the next time you want to maybe walk out of here with no damn music, it's on your goddamn neck.
I guess everyone's going to be pissed off
And
tonight, huh?
their opponent.
Rough night for production.
Well, this man right here has been on an absolute roll as of late, ever since building back Death Watch better than ever. Tonight, though, he is going to be in singles competition against Zeke, and these two happen to be no strangers to each other. Certainly a match that I've had circled in on my card all night.
Making their way to the ring, accompanied by Princess Amanda, fighting out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and representing Death Watch. This is the Emperor's finest, the Lost Primarch, Johnny fucking Demise!
And you mentioned it, Austin. Johnny Demise here representing Death Watch. We've seen Death Watch square off a couple times last year against the Matriarchy, when that was a thing, of course. Zeke Mercer and Paris Sahara, a couple times they squared off in tag team action. First singles meeting between Johnny Demise and Mercer here. Interesting now with Princess Amanda in the opposite corner as well.
That's a good point you bring up, Paul. Princess Amanda was once with Zeke Mercer and the Matriarchy. She now aligns herself with Johnny Demise and Death Watch. And as we try and regroup, here we go with this singles match. Well, Paul, I typically like to do this to Toddy, but I'm going to do this to you right at the start here. Who do you got?
I like Zeke in this one. If Zeke can stay focused. Mercer was caught last week, of course, in an eyes-off-the-ball moment, getting that phone call from Brianna Bands, costing them the matchup against CJ Monroe. So I think Zeke is going to have to try to minimize distractions, keep focus on, and if that happens, Zeke will walk out of this one victorious.
I'm assuming the ball chance didn't go away. Still trying to regroup here as we lock up. I mean, you can only imagine if you're Zeke Mercer, you're probably frustrated too after the loss from last week.
Yeah, I mean, that's close to misconnections, and that big no disqualification falls count anywhere matchup against Brianna Bands. Zeke wants to get some momentum going into that matchup, and last week the certain the distraction and then the crash out that followed. You have to kind of right the ship going into such a big matchup this Saturday.
Look at this, big elbows from JFD. Oh, Zeke Mercer ducks under, right to the back. And I do apologize if I am a little quieter than usual, Paul. I'm still trying to gather my headspace after what just happened in the ring with John. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, this was the first time me and you've been on call since that incident, right?
Since the original incident, yes.
Since the original incident. Maybe you're the bad luck now that I think about it. Maybe you're the bad luck.
And it certainly has nothing to do with me, and I don't support it in any way, as Zeke retreating to the outside here. Now back in with a big forearm to Johnny Demise. The experience edge of Mercer could be a big factor here.
And keep in mind, Zeke Mercer is a former champion here at 880 Wrestling. Dive to the outside. JFD going to catch them, though, and send them right into the apron. As I was saying, Zeke Mercer, there was a former champion here, 880 Tag Team Champion with Paris as a part of the matriarchy. Johnny Demise and Bohemian shared plenty of battles with those two when they were champions. But this singles match certainly feels a bit different. The vibe is completely different than what it was at the shop. Oh.
Big knife edge chop by Zeke. Zeke can beat you in so many different ways, though Johnny reverses the Irish whip. Ducks under the clothesline. Big back elbow by Demise has Zeke reeling.
Clear favor for Johnny Demise as he's going to take the big clothesline to Mercer into the corner. Of Pro Wrestling Chat every Tuesday, 9 p.m. here at IndieWrestling.us Wrestling Mayhem Show. Marco was on the show this past week. Marco Narciso, our TNF champion, who's going to be in action later on tonight.
We'll have a TNF Championship Open Challenge later on this evening. No clue who Marco's opponent will be. Now, suplex attempt by Johnny, reversed by Zeke.
Yeah, Zeke doing a good job at fighting free from there. Again, these two know each other so well from those multiple tag team matches they've had. Zeke, they're coming in with a bit more aggression tonight, as I'm used to seeing. From Pittsburgh's favorite crash out, using the legs to their advantage and taking full advantage of the count, too. Oh, right back to the back of the head.
Another 5 count. Crowd not behind Zeke here by any stretch of the imagination. Zeke in full control, stiff kick to the gut. Quite literally kicking Johnny while he's down.
Oh. Look at this again with the leg right over the back of Johnny Demise. Yeah, this is just brutal. This is Zeke Mercer's wheelhouse now. Cover. Slow cover. Me too. Oh my gosh, and the aggression.
And in 2 days, Austin, in a no disqualification falls count anywhere match, there will not be these 5 counts. There will not be these rope breaks. Brianna Bands will have nothing to save her when Zeke wants to apply a hold like that. It's not within the rules to ask Zeke to break those holds. And they'll all be legal.
And Paul, do you think that Zeke Mercer, they might be in their head knowing that Brianna Bands is watching this match? Or do you think they might be in their head thinking about that match that's coming up on Saturday? Maybe overlooking Johnny Demise a little bit?
I haven't seen any signs of it yet. It's certainly possible, as we saw something very similar happen last week. Big boot to the face, but right now Zeke has been doing a great job of staying on Johnny.
And of course, that match with Brianna Bands and so much more taking place this Saturday here at the Warehouse for Misconnections. Big Russian leg sweep by Mercer. Another cover on Demise, only 2.
Start to feel this one kind of slipping away from Johnny, though. It's been all Zeke for quite some time. Just small flurries of offense from Johnny, but Zeke has been in pretty firm control for a majority of this matchup.
Zeke just trying to keep Johnny Demise grounded in his corner, but one big forearm later, moves him out of the way. Oh. Again, back over to the ropes, using that to their advantage. All this the count of 4.
1, 2, 3.
Zeke jawing with the crowd a little bit to that earlier point, just kind of losing focus even for a brief moment, kind of giving Johnny a chance to catch himself there, though it's Zeke right back on Johnny.
Well, let's not forget, too, Zeke, they came out with a bit of an edge to start off the match. I mean, a little upset about the whole music thing. Oh! Oh, and a big clothesline from Demise. And here's another one, and now Demise is starting to feel himself. Picking back up the pace, over and around the arms, and a shot right to the gut of Demise. And just like that, Mercer turns it around. Oh my God, big strength from Demise into the spine buster. Here is the cover, and Mercer just getting the shoulder up. I don't know where Johnny Demise pulled that one out of, Paul.
Not be much left to pull out after that. This is a point in the matchup where it's going to be whose body gives out on them first. It's a battle of wills out there now. Let's see who's got the stronger one.
You can see Zeke Mercer, they were arguing with Princess Amanda, too, on the outside. So, no strangers to each other. Demise gets caught up, though. Right there on the rope, and Zeke Mercer using their legs as they go flying right to the back of the neck of Demise. Sliding into the cover. A little too close to the ropes there, so Mercer gonna have to pull Demise out. Now goes into the cover. Oh, you see that, Paul?
Feet on the ropes. Jawing with the official. Again, none of this will matter in a no disqualification falls count anywhere scenario. Now again, Zeke, eye off the ball, jawing with Princess Amanda. And
oh, look at this. Princess Amanda not going to take too kind to that. She's going to get up on the apron and tell Zeke how she feels. Oh, but wait, official's distracted. Demise has Zeke up. Oh, come on, Zeke. Zeke goes low. And now Mercer with the Shining Wizard right to the back of the neck.
Bring it up, Austin.
Will do.
Here is your winner, No Mercy, Zeke Mercer.
Well, Zeke Mercer with the distraction and all still comes away with the win against Demise. So we take another look at how this match ended.
Extremely effective Shining Wizard. Lateral press from Zeke. Just like that, Zeke has the momentum heading into this Saturday versus Brianna Bands. It's Mercer, Bands 2. This time we'll have a definitive winner. No disqualifications and falls count anywhere. That's this Saturday at the Warehouse.
Can't wait for that one, but until then, Zeke Mercer will soak it all in from everybody here at the Warehouse. Take it back over to Eamon Payton in the ring to keep us going tonight.
match is a tag team match scheduled for one fall.
First of many tag team matches to go tonight. I can't wait for this one. Ooh.
Team number one, first, accompanied by Centurion Hall, fighting out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is the Playboy, Elijah Love. Their partner, fighting out of Columbus, Ohio. This is the Flower Child, Theo Strong.
Elijah Love has been seen multiple times teaming up with multiple different opponents over the last few months. This dates back all the way to the shop, but tonight he finds himself teaming with Theo Strong, who we've seen on multiple occasions. Once against MV Young, and once also in tag team action with Blizzy Blake as well. So certainly the best good partner of the half.
Elijah Love has spent months throwing darts at the wall, trying to find a tag team partner that will stick to go after those tag team championships. Theo Strong has been very impressive in singles action through this 2026 here at the warehouse. So let's see how this matchup
and their opponents.
How about you pieces of shit make some noise, huh?
Well, I mean, if you want some good competition, I don't think I can think of anyone better than these two. Paul, feast your eyes on two of Pittsburgh's very best.
Making their way to the ring, fighting straight off the catwalk at a total combined weight of 48 karat gold. This is the fashionista professional wrestling, Couture. His partner, Mr. Design, Tyler Klein. Together, they are the Runway.
Personally, one of my favorite tag teams today, Calvin Couture and Tyler Klein. This, of course, is the Runway. And Paul, I don't know if you know this or not, but yes, I got the cue. I did it.
I certainly am familiar with that, Austin. What a contrast in tag team synergy and experience. You have what, to my understanding, is a first-time ever tag team of Elijah Love and Theo Strong taking on a staple of Pittsburgh tag team wrestling in the Runway.
You know what?
The question is who's going to start things off with Tyler Klein, and it appears to be Theo Strong.
What real grab looks like! Shut up!
Well, here we go. Let's get things started. Tyler Klein and Theo Strong will start this match off.
Challenge of Theo Strong! That's right!
Theo Strong has been impressing pretty much everybody except for apparently the live crowds here at the warehouse, who do not seem to have much adoration for him here in the recent weeks that he's been active here in AA Wrestling on Thursday night fights. We had a classic a few weeks ago with MV Young, a double championship match. And I believe still looking to get in the win column here under the 880 umbrella. Certainly, accomplished wherever he goes, but maybe Elijah Love is the key to getting a W here under his belt.
No, you very much could be right, Paul, because, I mean, Elijah Love, like we said before, has had multiple tag team partners over the last few months, and even though this is a first-time tag team going up against one of the most experienced tag teams out there, this is honestly Elijah Love's wheelhouse. Elijah Love is accustomed to teaming with multiple different opponents. The real question is, how will Theo Strong adjust? Oh, look at Tyler Klein, just big clubbering blows to Theo. Oh, Tyler Klein taking off.
One more!
Gonna see one more. Boom! Drags out Theo, covered by Klein.
Again, being in the ring with such a decorated team as the Runway certainly has to extend that learning curve for Elijah and Theo as a team. again, kind of similarly, while the Runway have not held gold in 880 wrestling, they have held multiple championships across multiple organizations and have been a big part of Pittsburgh independent tag team wrestling for a number of years. It's hard to picture one member of Runway without the other, which again, kind of the opposite of how we feel about this, this team of Elijah and Theo.
Calvin was trying to go for a cover on Theo, but Theo crawls into the corner and makes the tag to the Playboy Elijah Love. And Elijah Love comes with numbers too. I mean, Centurion Hall is on the outside. We've seen her get involved in multiple of Elijah Love's matchups over the last couple months as well. Certainly a big difference maker, but Calvin Couture not going to be distracted by that. Headlock applied on Elijah Love. Elijah Love stomps now, applies the headlock himself. And the Runway could be in line for some gold here in 2026 too, Paul. I mean, I actually had the chance to recently interview the Runway on my podcast, and they told me they want to go after 880 Tag Team Championship gold at some point this year. They want to make this year about collecting gold. So tonight could be the start of that journey if they can get a win over Elijah Love and Theo Strong.
Well, again, the championship match for this Saturday is not set. So again, we have multiple tag team matches here for you tonight on Thursday Night Fights. And you never know who may emerge to be the next challengers for whomever the tag team champions are, because there's a championship match tonight as well.
I'm playing some games with Elijah Love, ducking under. Oh my gosh. Rocking Love. Double underhook and just drops Love. Like Paul mentioned, there'll be a tag team title match later tonight. There must be more matches taking place this Saturday at Misconnections. Right here in the warehouse, big suplex by both members of the Runway.
Tickets, of course, still available for Misconnections 4. It's Saturday at 8 p.m. here at the warehouse. If you can't join us in person, you can always catch the show on indiewrestling.live or by becoming a ringside member of our YouTube channel.
Well, Paul, I don't mean to interrupt you there. I know you're trying to promote the show, but Centurion Hall getting involved in the match. Oh, big kick by Love. Yeah, while you were talking there, Paul, Elijah Love was distracting our official George Ross, and Centurion Hall was barking at Calvin Couture. This matchup has just been turned around now.
Big momentum shift here.
Oh, there's Centurion Hall again. Oh, and now Theo. What's this? You condemn this too, Paul?
George doesn't see it, but I'm not necessarily saying I condone it.
Well, Elijah Love right back on the attack. Sets up Couture where he wants him, and big double knees to the back. Elijah Love not done, though. Gonna go face first. Cover by Love. Only 2 for Couture. Let's not forget, Elijah Love has also shared the ring multiple times with the Runway against obviously various tag team partners. So Elijah Love knows the Runway's playbook pretty well. And right now it seems like Theo and Elijah Love is on the same page.
Keeping Couture isolated in that corner. Now big strikes. Suspect Theo Strong would be the strongest competitor in the matchup here. So I think we're going to kind of shift toward that advantage. Now in the corner, both Elijah and Centurion.
I was going to say, it doesn't matter how strong you are. You got 2 other people out there choking out Couture. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous at this point. Theo Strong going to take Calvin to the opposite corner this time.
I need all of you to shut the hell up right now.
Oh my gosh! Big chop across the chest.
Tried to silence the crowd to make that chop a little more audible.
Theo's not quite done. He wants to make a statement. Lining up Couture for possibly one more. No, Couture ducks out of the way. Here comes Calvin. Oh, Calvin's fired up.
Went to the well once too often there, but a quick poke to the eye will stop all that momentum in its tracks, and also it's going to be a detriment to Calvin making that tag to Tyler Klein, which I think is something that probably needs to happen at this stage in the matchup.
Yeah, but Theo was taking a bit too much time, messing with the audience. Could have probably capitalized, but Calvin fighting from down under. Oh, big scoop and slam. Here's the cover by Theo. Only 2. Wow. Pretty square matchup now. Theo gonna chip away at Calvin Couture. Oh.
Stiff punches by Strong. Looking suplex here.
Oh! Big snap suplex by Theo. Another cover. Pressing down on Couture, only 2. And again, it's going to take a lot more to put away a veteran in Calvin Couture, and Theo Strong understands that.
Crowd trying to will Calvin into that runway corner, but Strong just staying on him.
What do you think of this strategy, Paul? I mean, at first we saw some of the more fast-paced action from Elijah Love and Theo early on. Now we're starting to see that slow, methodical pace. We're starting to see Theo just wear down Calvin Couture, keep him far away from Tyler Klein. Are you for the strategy?
At this point, any type of punishment that you can inflict, any way that you can keep Tyler Klein out of this matchup and Calvin Couture in this matchup is going to be effective. And right now, it might not be so effective as Calvin's got an opening.
Yes, he does, and Calvin Couture is red hot, but look at Theo Strong picking up Couture. Calvin fights free, ducking under Theo. Big spear from Calvin Couture.
Not only does that spear leave an opening, but it also positions Calvin in the correct corner. Just needs to crawl over and get the tag. Another look at that spear on the replay brought to you by Sidekick Media Services. You can see right there on your screen how close Couture is to that corner and getting a much-needed breather, getting Klein into this match. Strong's got the ankle, though.
And was that spear enough for Calvin to get the Tyler Klein? And yes, it was. Here comes Mr. Design. And Tyler Klein going to be let loose, the freshest competitor of the match. Takes out Love, then Strong, Strong, then Love. Oh! Using them legs as advantage. Evening out the odds is Tyler Klein, and my gosh! Fired up is Tyler Klein.
You can feel how much the complexion of this match changed, getting Tyler Klein in there after that long layoff, giving Couture a chance to also kind of catch his breath. Now Centurion Hall back on the apron.
Yeah, and Centurion Hall was going for a slap, but I don't think that was too wise. Oh, wait a minute! Miscommunication there. Elijah Love with a big pump kick to Centurion Hall. Tyler Klein has Elijah Love hooked, and down he goes, spiked right on his damn head. Covered by Klein, and that's it. Wow.
Here are your winners, the Runway.
What a distraction on the outside from Centurion Hall led to the Runway being able to capitalize and get the win tonight against both Elijah Love and Theo Strong.
Well, Austin, you mentioned the Runway with their sights set on Tag Team Gold here in 880 Wrestling. As you see the replay of Elijah Love, how long were Elijah's legs in the air there? And it very well may not be this weekend, but even if it's not, the Runway certainly catching the eyes of all the right people here tonight and may have a future opportunity at those championships.
Well, that's how you get the job done if you are the Runway. And that's why. What a win for both Calvin Couture and Tyler Klein. Continuously climbing up the tag team rankings here in 880 Wrestling.
Great to see him back here.
It's always great to see the Runway. Let's take it back over to Eamon Payton now to get us ready for our next match.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've had some great action tonight, but who here is ready for a championship match?
So I am.
This next match is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. And it is for the 880 Wrestling Tag Team Championships.
Big 880 tag team match here tonight on Thursday Night Fights. An interesting tag team made here tonight. The challenge Psychedelic Dreams. Walk us through who these gentlemen are, Paul.
Austin, this is the congregation consisting of Father Marquis and Aaron Ashura. We haven't seen them here in 880 Wrestling in quite some time. Do most of their work kind of in the Midwest, but they're here. Again, kind of proving the extent to which Psychedelic Dreams are fighting champions, taking on all comers from all areas. We know they've mixed it up with some folks from T2T Brooklyn, and now, again, taking on all comers, whether you're 880 Wrestling regulars or not. So the congregation steps up, and they're one win away here from being the 880 Tag Team Champions.
Love to see the opportunities that Psychedelic Dreams continue to give out week in and week out, being those fighting champions they want to be. Maybe one of their toughest challenges yet, though, just because of the unpredictability and the fact that we have not seen them here in quite some time. Obviously, both competed at both locations before this. First time here at the warehouse.
Devil's lettuce chant that I heard?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm still recovering from that slap. But how about these two? There they are, they're 880 Tag Team Champions, Sammy Suntheimer and Alao Dreams. Not alone though, Paul, always with Billy the Alien. And whatever magic powers he possesses certainly gives Sammy and Alao the momentum week in and week out to defend those titles. And they seem hyped as always.
Always hype when Psychedelic Dreams are in the room. Again, have just been fighting champions since reclaiming the gold on Thursday Night Fights a matter of weeks ago, defeating the previous champions, the leaders by example. They've declared they want to defend the championships on Saturday, but we don't know who it would be against.
Well, they got to get through tonight. Let's go to Eamon Payton.
Your referee for this contest, Scotty Davidson. Introducing first, currently outside the ring, the challengers, accompanied to the ring by Darion Ultra, fighting out of Praise Mountain and weighing in at 316 blessings. This is the North Star Kid, Aaron Ashura, the Holy One, Father Marquis. This is the Congregation. And their opponents, to my left, accompanied by Billy the Alien, they are the current reigning and defending 880 Wrestling Tag Team Champions. The Prophecy, Alao Dreams, the Psychedelic Prince, Sammy Suntheimer, Psychedelic Dreams.
What an ovation. There it is. Those are the prize that is on the line tonight. The 880 Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Oh, the match didn't start yet. Hell, it hasn't even ended yet.
The congregation, just like that, stealing the championships. Psychedelic Dreams a few weeks ago had the wrestlers from T2T Brooklyn come out with the championships. I think they came out with Billy the Alien too at that point. So Psych Dreams needs to do a better job of physically holding on to those titles, I would say.
I guess they've done a pretty darn good job at defending them, though. Maybe a little trying to get in the head of Psychedelic Dreams. Here we go, tag team match started.
Sammy Suntheimer will get things started here for Psychedelic Dreams. Of course, last week, Sammy Suntheimer went to war with MV Young in a double title match that is a possibly early candidate for 880 Wrestling Match of the Year between those two.
What do you think of this matchup that's currently on in the ring right now, Paul?
I mean, admittedly, not super familiar with the game of the Congregation. A little bit of a wild card here. Sammy trying to end it early with a roll-up.
Oh! Sammy back into the cover again. Roll-up once more. Oh! Big running forearm there by Sammy. And Sammy and LaVey, they've been fighting champions, but let's not forget, Paul, I mean, at any given Thursday, championship could change hands if need be. I mean, we saw the whole debacle with what happened with Luca, by example, and Bakery Boys and Psychedelic Dreams. So Sammy and Alao are back on top being champions because of a title change that happened on a Thursday.
Absolutely. Any given Thursday is right. Sammy going for another near fall there. But again, it's the thing about taking on all comers from inside and outside the organization like Psychedelic Dreams has done. You know, to what extent do you get to scout these opponents? You know, obviously, Sammy was very familiar last week with MV Young in that singles match, but I don't know that they quite have the homework on the Congregation as they would with somebody that's in-house they see every week on Thursday.
I'm excited to see what the Congregation has. We have opposite tags now. Different opponents in the ring now. And how about Alao Dreams, one of the youngest competitors here on 880 Wrestling, but also one of the very best as he delivers a big drop kick there.
Alao now in there with Father Marquis. Marquis back in the corner.
Oh! Marquis gonna counter, sends Alao into the corner. Alao up and over. Ducking other Marquis is Alao Dreams. Oh, wow! Big running forearm there, actually dropped Marquis. Standing blockbuster. Covered.
You see Darion Ultra on the outside as well here for the Congregation. Actually getting involved early.
And Paul, as much as I love Psychedelic Dreams and as much as I appreciate the fact that they are willing to defend the titles every single week, do you really think it's the wisest move of the champions to defend these titles each and every single Thursday?
I mean, it certainly can be a disadvantage because, I mean, as you mentioned, I mean, they know the championships can certainly change hands on a Thursday just as they can, you know, on the big monthly show. They won the championships on a Thursday night fights, so every week they kind of make that conscious decision to put their championship reign at risk.
I think we see a bit of a miscommunication with Aaron and Marquis right now.
And if they are going to defend the titles in 2 days, and we're not still sure if they are or against whom,
oh!
You know, I mean, this is a tough matchup. You know, what sort of wear and tear are they going to have, you know, going into a prospective championship match?
Vicious stomps to Alao Dream, tagging back out now. Now we're seeing quick tags now. This is probably the wise move of the challengers to keep Alao Dream far away from Sammy. Sammy, though, kind of tied up with the official right now.
Aaron Ashura working Alao Dreams with stomps in the corner. Again, look at these frequent tags, as you mentioned. Just great team synergy by the Congregation.
Yeah, Congregation's doing a pretty good job at keeping Psychedelic Dreams grounded. Did you see that spiked right into the DDT? I don't know, Alao might be out.
Aleo's on Dream Street, now working the half crab.
Yeah, and it's applied deep by Marquis. Alao Dreams far, far away from Sammy Suntheimer.
The Dreams might not make it to Saturday, Austin.
They might not. I mean, the leg damage that's being applied right now to Alao Dreams. Alao running on pure adrenaline, trying to go for the enziguri, nobody home. Same for the elbow. The congregation did their homework, it seems like.
And again, the frequency in which Psychedelic Dreams defends the championships, information about them is readily available. You can watch Thursday Night Fights pretty much every week and see both Alao and Sammy in action and scout them out that way. A lot of tape on the Dreams, as it were.
Oh God! Oh God! Big splash on the leg of Alao Dreams. Cover, only 2. I am surprised that Alao Dreams was able to power out of that one. Alao might be on one leg for the rest of the night, Paul.
And it's hard to win a wrestling match if you can't stand.
And Aaron understands that, and he's going to go full throttle on Alao Dreams. Sends Dreams into the ropes in a big clothesline.
Very surprised by just the sheer impact of some of this offense by the congregation. They are hitting these guys hard tonight.
We expected this to be a war between these two. Once we saw who it was, and oh my gosh, nice tag team work there. Yeah, Alao is in no man's land right now. Another elbow drop, followed by a second by Marquis. And strutting his way to Alao. Oh! Covered out by Marquis, only 2.
What a well-oiled machine this congregation is. I would love to see them as a mainstay here on Thursday Night Fights.
Even though I don't agree with the way they're handling this match, I agree with you, Paul. They're certainly a great team, and they're taking Psychedelic Dreams to the limit right now, too. I mean, they've done a really good job of keeping Alao away from Sammy, and Alao's typically that high flyer of Psychedelic Dreams. Oh, do you see what's happening on the outside?
Effective tandem offense by the congregation, and we see Darion Ultra getting involved now, slamming Alao into the post.
Congregation certainly has the numbers against Psych Dreams tonight.
That's not true. Psych Dreams has Billy.
Oh, yeah, I guess you got a point there. Psych Dreams does have Billy the Alien. Oh! And a big suplex. It looks like we'll see a second in a row.
How many amigos will we have here, Austin? It looks like we're going for 3.
We are on the horizon for 3. Father Marquis saying this one is for Aaron.
Now up into that congregation corner.
Oh! Shot to the gut there. Here comes Aaron Asher. And what the hell do these two have in mind? Both members of congregation up on the second rope. Alao Dreams perched up there as well. And poor Sammy has to watch from the far corner, and here comes Alao Dreams fighting back. Sends both Aaron and Marquis down. Does Alao still have something left? And here comes Alao Dreams! Catching Marquis. This may be his moment.
You can see here on the replay, brought to you by Sidekick Media Services. And that is quite the opening for Alao Dreams. Sammy Suntheimer is itching to get into this matchup.
Picture perfect delivery from Dreams, tagging in Sammy Suntheimer. And here he comes, squaring off with Aaron. Now with Marquis, big super kick to the face. Knocks under Asher now. Oh, big step up knee. Into the German suplex.
The Psychedelic Prince is in full control since getting into this matchup.
And Sammy's not going to slow down just yet, dropping him on the back of his knee. My gosh. to retain the titles. Wow. Well, that one was close, but Father Marquis pulling out our official as he was about to go for the 3 count. And now there's some confusion going on in the ring, and Sammy looking to handle business, but gets caught.
He's maybe looking for a basement drop kick there, but Marquis able to get out of the way. And Alao back in here, bridged over.
And Alao was coming to the rescue of Sammy. Oh gosh, what do these two have in mind? Here comes Father! My God! Father Marquis had both members of Psychedelic Dreams perched up, and Aaron Ashura just came flying like a damn missile.
The crowd has come alive here, and Psychedelic Dreams, the title reign of Psychedelic Dreams is in trouble here, Austin.
I think you might be right, Paul. Sammy's in it all alone right now. Congregation goes low. Oh, big double knee to the face. Sammy's out. Lights out. Cover. Oh, wait. Sammy just got his foot on the bottom rope.
Could only muster the foot on that rope. Might not have even been able to get the shoulder up. Had to take the path of least resistance to continue this matchup. Now look at this. More tandem offense here by the congregation.
My God, 450 splash! Into the moonsault cover. This has to do it. No! Alao Dreams just breaks it up.
I got to tell you, Austin, there's no way Sammy was going to kick out of that. That was Alao Dreams saving the match by breaking up that pin. That sequence of events, I don't know how anybody kicks out of that.
I have never seen a 450 splash done in here before. Caught me by surprise. What does he have in his hand? Oh, gosh! Oh, my gosh, right across the skull of Asher. And a big double super kick from Psych Dreams. And now this may be the beginning of the end as Alao catches Father Marquis. Cover. Retain.
Here are your winners, and still 880 Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Psychedelic Dreams.
Well, Psychedelic Dreams, even when we thought they were out, they still came back with the win to retain their tag team titles. We take another look here at this ending sequence. Sammy and Alao still your champions, though. What a match, Paul. Wow.
So many times I felt like Psychedelic Dreams were out of this. Wait, what's this?
Boss. Hi, Evelyn. How are you doing? I have fantastic news. Actually, I have a very delicious idea. Do you remember 880 and 880?
Yeah, that promotion in Pittsburgh that was called 880 in Dimension 880? Yeah, I do.
Yes. So I think we should challenge for their tag championship.
Challenge?
Challenge.
Okay, you have my attention.
So their tag champs are this cute, adorable, young lad of a team, and I can't wait to see them. Their name is Psychedelic Dreams.
Oh, I remember those lads. I remember them.
Yes. And though I appreciate a beautiful face, I hear that much like actual psychedelics, they might make you see stars. But we see a heck of a lot more in space.
We do.
Head trauma. We'll be fine. So, February 28th, 880 and 880.
I'm in. Yeah, let's do it.
Match of the year.
It's February.
Match of the year.
Match of the year.
Moist Dreams.
Whoa.
And Austin, that's a challenge from Evelyn Sage and Mars Cress, the masters of interstellar space travel, typically shortened to Moist. And are we going to have Moist Dreams this Saturday at Misconnections?
I mean, we might. Who knows? It seems like Psychedelic Dreams has their challengers, though. for this Saturday at Misconnections.
They look game for it, Austin.
Testing, there we are. Folks, I heard from Alao as they were walking out that it seems like the challenge has been accepted. So on Saturday, this coming Saturday, Misconnections 4, it'll be Moist versus Psychedelic Dreams for the 880 Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Just another added matchup that you are going to not want to miss this Saturday at Misconnections 4. Before we continue on with more action tonight, we want to give a big shout out and some thank yous to our crew here at 880 Wrestling that make Thursday Night Fights possible each and every week. They are the unsung heroes of this company, and we want to show them a lot of really great love. First of all, give it up for Sorg and everyone at Sidekick Media Services who are broadcasting us on IndieWrestling.live and on YouTube. They do a fantastic job. I also want to give it up for Lane over on Sound, who's been blasting out the tunes tonight, as always. Our lighting crew as well. Give it up to Zane and Aaron, the entire Woods family, who've done a fantastic job. We also want to thank our commentary team for this evening. Give it up, folks, for professional Paul Michaels. And give a big round of applause, especially with the abuse that this person had to take earlier tonight. Very unfortunate, but a true professional. Give it up for Pittsburgh's favorite jagoff, Austin Carnes. I also want to thank our referees for this evening, George Ross, Scotty Davidson, and Tony Leo for calling the action as always. I also want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, La Spada Contracting and Landscaping. Go visit them for your home renovation needs, 412-508-1669. And if you want to be a sponsor for 880 Wrestling, be sure to send us a message over at 880wrestling@gmail.com. We would love to have you be a part of the family. Last but not least, my name is Eamon Payne. Thank you all for allowing me to host here tonight. It's been quite a big honor. And also, give yourselves a round of applause because tonight you have been such a fantastic audience. Now, please welcome to the ring at this time, the TNF champion, Marco Narciso.
Well, our Thursday Night Fights champion, Marco Narciso, is about to grace us with his presence.
And Marco certainly, in his mind, has yet to find a worthy opponent for that TNF championship on Saturday at Misconnections 4. Did a little bit of speed dating, I guess, on social media, trying to find a challenger. What were you doing in there, by the way?
Listen, I wasn't there to try and challenge Marco for the TNF title. I saw there was a couple Coors Lights on the table, so I just thought I'd shoot my shot, you know?
Well, good thing you didn't get slapped, huh?
Thanks for the reminder, Paul. Well, Marco Narciso out here with that Thursday Night Fights championship. No Honey Darling tonight, but all confidence.
Last week, Marco victorious against a returning Mateo Valentine in a bit of a surprise matchup. Hear what Marco has to say tonight and about Saturday.
How do we have to?
How is it that I still don't have an opponent lined up for Saturday? I mean, I know my standards are pretty high, but I mean, look at me. When you're a smoking hot sex pot like myself, how can't they be high? I'm going to follow Honey Darling's advice, and instead of looking for someone, I'm gonna let them come to me. That's why I'm officially issuing an open challenge for Saturday. However, There is one person that I'm taking into heavy consideration. Murphy Moschetta, get yourself and your little DSLR out here. Now!
Murphy?
Murphy Moschetta, the photographer?
He took my promo pics a couple days ago, actually. He got his own Tron and everything. Well, there's Murphy. Camera in hand and all. I guess Marco Narciso found his challenger. And you were getting on me why I went up to the champion. What about Murphy?
Yeah, this might be a worse choice than you, actually. No disrespect to Murphy Moschetta, but I don't believe Murphy has spent 5 minutes in wrestling school.
Marco better be easy. I need pictures.
Murphy, sorry to interrupt whatever nefarious things it is that creeps with cameras like you do backstage. But I couldn't help but notice the other week when we were filming the commercial for Misconnections 4, the way that you longingly gazed at my title. And it got me thinking, whilst everyone in this building offers me absolutely nothing but the scent of rotted sauerkraut, you bring something to the table. Yeah. You know my angles. And if there's anything that I love more than myself, it's photos of myself. Murphy, you better hope that someone comes out of those curtains on Saturday night, or it's your aperture I'm kicking in this ring. Don't bother adjusting your ISO, because your SOL and your life is gonna flash before your eyes when I'm done with you. In fact, while we're in the ring right now, why don't we do this tonight? What do you say? What do you say, Murphy? You want this belt so bad? You want this belt so bad?
Well, Marco was assaulting Murphy, and I mean, this is pretty okay.
Things have certainly gone from bad to okay here. As okay is outside the ring. Is okay answering the challenge of Marco.
It's a fun little drinking game. Let's see how many times we say okay tonight. Well, okay, I guess, is it accepting the challenge for Marco Narciso? Murphy ran the hell out of here. I still want to get my pictures by the end of the night. I hope Murphy didn't leave yet.
Is this happening right now?
I think it is.
This match is for the TNF Championship. Your referee, Tony Leo. Introducing first the challenger. To my right, fighting out of Fayetteville, West Virginia, he is the okayest wrestler in the world, OK! And his opponent, to my left, fighting out of the Den of Desire, he is the current reigning and defending TNF champion, borderline indecent, Marco Narciso.
Well, okay, I guess, is accepting the open challenge from Marco Narciso. Second championship match of the night already. I mean, this is all going to be getting us ready for Misconnections taking place this Saturday. Okay, here we go, I guess.
Okay.
Well, Marco Narciso is battling okay. I called a couple of OK's matches back at the shop.
How were they?
They're pretty okay. Oh! Big step of knee there to the gut of Marco. Okay, of course, is the most okayest superstar out there. Tripping Marco. Lining up Marco. Nobody home, though. Champion rolls out of the way. And I mean, I'm still in shock that we almost saw our camera guy, Murphy, as Marco's next challenger. I don't know about you, Paul. And look at this. Marco's trapped. Marco is trapped by OK in the center of the ring. Lining him up, and OK.
Certainly an OK drop kick to the back. Marco just really has no idea what to expect here, though. There's a kick to the back.
Yeah, now grabbing the hair and slamming down OK. Well, that's not OK. Marco means business now.
And Marco needs to be careful with these open challenges, Austin, because, I mean, you have, again, last week, Mateo Valentine returning to 880 Wrestling, and now OK is back. I mean, you talk about not being able to scout your opponents. We have people coming from everywhere to accept these challenges, to take that shot at the TNF Championship.
It's like what we said earlier with the 880 Tag Team Championship match. I mean, Psychedelic Dreams with their constant open challenges as well, not knowing he was going to accept it. You can say the same about Marco. What a match that was, though, last week against Mateo Valentine. Marco! Big double knees again to the back of OK. Slides into the cover and only a 2 count. Well, Marco's not done. Another cover and another 2 count. And Marco just wants this match to be over with OK. Obviously, all eyes is on Misconnections this Saturday here at the Warehouse. Tickets, of course, still on sale online or at the door. I cannot wait for that one. It'll be both of our first Misconnections, actually, now that I think about it.
Oh, will be. Big time elbow there from Marco into the cover.
Yeah, leg across the chest of OK. Only a 2 count. And, of course, this all sets up for this Saturday. Will Marco Narciso even still be the Thursday Night Fights champion? We have an open challenge against a random opponent this Saturday, but if Marco doesn't walk away from that, does that mean OK will be the one defending the title on Saturday?
I'd be okay with that particular change to the card and to the open challenge.
I'd be okay, too. I don't think Honey Darling quite would be okay with that. I mean, we saw the text conversation they had on social media.
Marco even threatened to go elsewhere with the TNF championship in that text conversation.
I wouldn't recommend that. That's not okay.
Marco in complete control. Slaps to the chest.
Oh, this time OK ducks under. Oh! OK chopped to the chest. And now OK is starting to feel OK. OK fist to the head. Oh, and Marco tripping OK. And a big boot across the face. Arm drag there.
Marco now in control.
And this is Marco's wheelhouse now. Has OK right where he wants him. Oh, this is not about to be OK, Paul.
About to get a full package.
About to get an OK package. Keeping the leg lock applied. Wearing out OK.
Austin, you kind of have some personal feelings surrounding Marco Narciso, of course, but hard to argue how fighting a champion that Marco has been since capturing that championship back at Kings of the Cold.
It's a good point, Paul. And I mean, last week, too, I was not on the call for the match against Mateo Valentine, but I was watching in the back. And I must say that Marco Narciso seems to impress me every single week in the ring. I mean, yes, I don't fully agree with the way Marco goes about the actions that he does, but I mean, he is a fighting champion right now, and he has been pretty damn good in the ring. Right now, though, he has his most OK challenge yet.
That was an OK swinging neck breaker into the cover.
And a kick out at 2 by Marco. And Plus, we've seen the original reign of Liberty L when she was Thursday Night Fights champion. Marco Narciso was the one that ended that, to everyone's surprise. Oh, this might be okay. Oh, no. Roll up by Marco. Only a 2 count.
That might have been going for the true okay package there.
That would have been more than okay. I would have loved to see that. As OK perches himself on the second rope. Marco catching him, though, and oh, my goodness. Oh, face first, catching him from the top rope. This might be it. Here is the cover, and it is.
Here is your winner, and still TNF champion, Marco Narciso.
And just like that, Austin Carnes, OK became acquaintances with great. Did you see the replay there provided by Sidekick Media Services? Marco Narciso putting OK away and moving on to this Saturday at Missed Connections 4, an open challenge for the TNF Championship. Who will answer the call? You'll have to find out by getting your tickets, joining us at IndieWrestling.live, or becoming a ringside member of our YouTube channel. That is this Saturday. Show begins at 8 p.m. We've certainly got more action tonight, but if you want to see more from borderline indecent Marco Narciso, that is your ticket, either literal or virtual, for this Saturday.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to our main event for this evening, we got a big night of action this coming Saturday back here at the warehouse for Missed Connections 4. And I want to let you guys know about some of the stuff that you're going to get to see. As we heard just a few moments ago, we will see Marco Narciso defend the TNF Championship in an open challenge. We will also see an epic battle between the King of Pittsburgh, MV Young, and the Cannabis Casanova, Blizzy Blake. We will see Saturn Price of the Dead Hand Society go head-to-head in a grudge match against Brandon St. James. We will also see the 880 Hardcore Championship on the line when some guy named John gets his opportunity to challenge the Hardcore Champion, KC Warr. And of course, the 880 Wrestling Championship matchup. The champion, Nick's Wilde, defending against the #1 contender, the villainous Liberty L. That is this Saturday. Get your tickets now. Go to Ticket Leap and follow us on social media for the links as well. Tickets will also be available at the door at the warehouse. Be here this Saturday. Folks, I would like to bring in the ring at this time, your ring announcer for your main event of this evening. Give it up for the voice of 880 Wrestling, Todd Darion!
Let's go, Toddy. Hopefully he has a better time in here than I did earlier. It's always great to see Toddy.
Who is ready for your main event? This main event contest will be a disco before the breakdown all-star tag match. Introducing team #1.
Oh, again? Really?
Accompanied to the ring by the intern, the Monarch, Clayton King, the Gentrifier, some guy named John. They are gay enough, the leaders by example.
Some guy named John, Clayton King, and Mitch are all out here. Obviously, earlier tonight, you probably saw some guy named John slap me across the face. As he was talking to KC Warr, now joined with Clayton, King, and Mitch. Well, I may have issues with the folks that's in the ring right now, but Paul, you're no stranger to the Dead Hand Society yourself now, aren't you?
That's certainly one way to put it. I have had some business dealings with at least one particular member of DHS, and I believe we'll see him momentarily here.
First, the Viking Rover of the Dead Hand Society, Gunnar Bergman. The Eraser, Remy, LaVey. And your AA champion, the Trigger Finger, Wilde. Together, they are the Dead Hand Society.
Swear to God, Jocks, if you one more damn time, I'm gonna get in there.
And this is an all-star lineup of villainous proportions. 3 members of the Dead Hand Society teaming with the former 880 Tag Team Champions, leaders by example.
And their opponents.
Who's going to be on the other side?
Well, this might answer your question, Paul. Someone who has a big, tough test this Saturday. Tonight, though, they're going to be on the same team. Ready for the roof to blow off the place, Paul?
Can't wait.
He is the Shaman of Smoke, the Cannabis Casanova,
Saturday at this Connections 4, Blizzy Blake will take on the King of Pittsburgh, M.V. Young.
And his partner.
Oh, yeah.
Making their return to 880 Wrestling. This is the Bearcat Keith.
Blizzy Blake not alone. Second tag team partner of the night is the Bearcat, Keith Haught, who is making their return. It's always great to see Keith.
Always.
Oh yeah, here comes my boys.
They are the most decorated team in 880 Wrestling. The Muay Thai Maniac Casey Warr. Satan's favorite saint, Brandon St. James. Together, they are the Fourth Line.
Brandon St. James and my guy, the 880 Hardcore Champion, KC Warr, making up the Fourth Line. One of the most decorated tag teams here in 880 Wrestling, a former 2-time 880 Tag Team Champions. Now teaming up with Blizzy and Keith tonight. But I only see 4, Paul. Still waiting for one more. I think this might be the best partner yet. MV Young. The 880 Avengers have assembled now. Look at this.
Good thing we don't need that curtain.
Hold up. We got everyone here? I forgot to mention that this is a fucking street fight.
What, a street fight? What? Oh, here we go. I mean, bring it on up. A 10-person street fight? I mean, we got 10 bodies in the ring right now running around. Hey, what the hell's Mitch doing back here? Mitch, you're telling me I got slapped by your guy earlier.
Austin, who is this?
I think his name's Mitch. I don't know. Clayton's paying him, I guess.
I've never met this man.
Well, this match is pure chaos right now. All 10 competitors are fighting through the warehouse right now. Mitch is trying to avoid disaster. Oh my God! St. James has a trash can. Nick's Wilde has Gunnar. MV at LaVey. Oh, this is getting chaotic. I don't think we have enough cameras to cover this.
Bearcat Keith Haught mixing it up with the 880 champion. Now Blizzy and Clayton King.
I don't know, Mitch. It's not my problem. I mean, there is already garbage everywhere. We're not even a minute into this match yet. We see some guy named John with a trash can on top of his head. We see Clayton King getting dropped on the apron by Casey Warr. I don't even know where to begin. MV with a damn trash can. Actually, now I think about it, he dropped Carl on John, if you really think about it, Paul.
Carl. Didn't you just have Carl on 2 jagoffs?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yet my DMs remain suspiciously empty.
Well, Carl brought us some good views this week, you know. Had to mix it up a little bit.
In any event, we know many of the competitors in this matchup will be mixing it up with each other again this Saturday at Misconnections 4. We mentioned it, MV and Blizzy, who are on the same team right now, working on Clayton King potentially as...
Oh, yeah! Chop him harder next time, Zane.
Zane Woods getting in a chop on Clayton King.
Yeah. And MV right here in front of us with Remy LaVey. Casey Warr now has a trash can on top of him. Nick's Wilde, the 880 champion, who's going to be going up against Liberty L on Saturday. Revisiting their rivalry with KC on the outside. We see up on the apron, Blizzy Blake hammers away at Clayton King. Those two no strangers to each other as well. This is just pure mayhem. MV has somebody's drink now. Mitch is back up here hiding again. St. James is chasing him. Keep the action over there.
Gunnar Bergman mixing it up with Brandon St. James over right in front of us here at this table.
I saw Mitch. Oh, I saw with my own 2 eyes. Brandon and Gunnar Bergman going out. Obviously, Brandon St. James has a date with Saturn Price. Oh. Brandon St. James, no stranger to Dead Hand Society either.
Now, some of the action, a fraction of the action,
I don't even know if it's a fraction,
is moving into the ring. MV Young and former VCW heavyweight champion Clayton King.
Former.
In the ring. Big fall-away slam by MV Young.
And I don't know how much control we're going to be able to get after all the chaos that just spewed, but right now we have MV with Clayton King. Pure strength from MV Young. All the blood rushing to the head of Ferret Boy.
That's a little biased, don't you think?
Oh, I have good reason to be. Catch me a break, Paul. When you get slapped, let me know.
Talk about the tenacity of Clayton King competing in this match. He's 1 week removed from having multiple orbital bone fractures.
Is that what he says, or is that actually what he has?
You see he's got a mask on.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything.
Why would he wear a mask if he didn't have that injury?
Well, here comes fourth line, gonna take flight. Taking out the whole field. And I don't think they're done just yet. Blizzy Blake has a hold of Keith Haught's hand. And Blizzy with this, oh my God. First, fourth blind, now Blizzy, leaving Clayton King all alone with the King of Pittsburgh. Clayton King hoisted up for the Pittsburgh plunge. King gets dropped, cover, and some guy named John just gonna break it up. Obviously, some guy named John will be going up against Casey Warr this Saturday at Misconnections for the 880 Hardcore Championship. This rivalry has been brewing over the last month or so now. Unfortunately, I'm somehow involved in it. But as of right now, he's going to revisit MV Young.
Of course, that matchup will be this Saturday for the Hardcore Championship. Right now, some guy named John getting at least mildly hardcore with MV Young there in this fight scenario, raising his face against the ropes.
Well, now some guy named John's going to make the biggest mistake in the book. I thought he would have learned by now. You don't ever get in a chop battle with MV. As someone who's experienced an MV chop, I got to tell you, they suck. And John's about to find it out firsthand.
Goodness.
You think I could pay MV to do a couple more of those?
John's chest about to look like the right side of your face.
Ouch. Shut the fuck up. Do it again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be a little biased with John.
Could you be slightly more objective?
When Dead Hand gets in the ring, I will. When Dead Hand gets in, I will.
That's almost fair, to be honest.
I don't want to mess with Gunnar. Gunnar was hunting you down for weeks. Oh, big, strong John getting in the face of MV Young. Lining it up for spring training. I'm going to do my best Greg Brown call. Down the middle.
John looked like he was holding back tears on that one.
But John looking to fight back. MV picks up SGNJ and just drops him in his back. Now tags in the Bearcat Haught, and here is Gunnar Bergman, the newest member of the 880 roster out of the 10. Unless you count Mitch. Now Haught has to deal with all the Dead Hand. Remy, LaVey, and Wilde both coming in.
Things breaking down here, though fully within the rules in this street fight, as we learn. Big clothesline by Keith.
Veteran experience comes into play. Cover. And this one going to be broken up by the 880 champion.
You mentioned it this Saturday. It'll be Nick's Wilde versus Liberty L. We've talked about Liberty and the TNF championship reign that she had that just ended last month at Kings of the Cold. Now has her sights set on the biggest prize, the 880 championship.
How convenient the lights are going out for Dead Hand. Everything gets darker when the Dead Hand Society is around. Tagging in now the 880 champion, Nick's Wilde.
Thought maybe Mitch was messing with the lights, but no, he's over in the corner, so it's he has an alibi.
And Nick's Wilde and Keith Haught have both shared the ring before as well, so they both know each other quite well.
A little mini confrontation on the outside between Brandon St. James and Nick's Wilde. There's no love lost there, and possibly unfinished business. Brandon St. James will meet the Peanut Butter Zombie Saturn Price this Saturday at Misconnections 4. Brandon St. James was in line for Nick's Wilde for a championship match and then was put on the shelf by Saturn Price, had to miss that Kings of the Cold event. You got to think maybe BSJ wants to get past Saturn and maybe set his sights back on procuring that championship, Austin.
It's a good point you bring up, and Brandon St. James has that goal in mind. He wants to become the 880 champion, but Saturn Price wore a shirt that literally says, "I broke BSJ's neck" for multiple weeks on end here on Thursday Night Fights. So you got to handle business with one member of Dead Hand before he can work his way up the charts. Nick's Wilde just happens to be at the top of that mountain, though. This might be the best version of Nick's Wilde we have seen so far.
Nick's Wilde has had a stranglehold on that 880 championship. Not unlike the stranglehold they kind of have on Keith Haught here in this matchup, though Keith now fighting back.
And you think about it, too, Nick's Wilde has beaten pretty much everybody on the opposite corner. They've had a date in the past with MV Young, Brandon St. James, and Casey Warr. All had victories there.
Near fall there for the champion.
And tags in big Gunnar Bergman. And I got to say, Paul, I am impressed with how Nick's Wilde is able to scout out different talent. We've seen the likes of DP Cooper, obviously Jazz, now Gunnar. I want to know where they keep finding these people.
Certainly doesn't hurt if you're an up-and-coming pro wrestler to align yourself with the 880 champion. There are far worse people you can learn from and be under the wing of, and it's been very effective for Gunnar Bergman, who's been impressive in about the month or so that we have seen him in action.
Are you alluding to Mitch being under tutelage of somebody else? Is that what you were referencing? No? Well, here is Remy LaVey, a former 880 champion in his own right. First time in the match, catching Keith Haught. Pulling down the trunks, though. Slap away on the wrist, and oh, gosh. All the weight coming down on Remy LaVey. I don't know, you might need to go scoop up Remy LaVey with a spatula, Paul. But you still appreciate Gunnar.
Both competitors working to the corner to make tags. We're kind of now in a more traditional style 5-on-5 matchup here, despite the fact that we're in street fight rules. MV Young now taking everybody out.
Yeah, MV takes out both of the leaders, and now spiking Gunnar Bergman. My God. And here is Nick's Wilde. Nick's Wilde dropping MV Young. And St. James been wanting to get his hands on Nick's Wilde, now has an opportunity to do so here in this 10-man tag. Nick's ducks under St. James, out the second rope into the crust cutter, catching the champion. Oh, that must feel good if you're Brandon St. James. Here is Remy LaVey, though, with a big sling blade. Obviously a Dead Hand Society special. Blizzy now back into this. Kicks left and right, catches LaVey, hoisting him up on his shoulders into a Samoan drop. Not done, though, is Gunnar Bergman, who's going to derail Blizzy Blake's momentum.
Just that size and strength advantage of Gunnar. Moving Blizzy into the corner. What's Gunnar thinking here?
Possible white noise, it seems like. Blizzy Blake gets dropped. And now Gunnar Bergman stands toe-to-toe with Keith Haught. He's going to look for a chokeslam. Maybe not. Keith Haught fights free. You see Mitch shoving Clayton King back into this match. And Clayton King dropping Keith Haught. Oh, and here's KC Warr. Not the leader he wants to get his hands on, but Clayton will do. We saw this match last week. And KC drops Clayton King. Oh, and here's that slime ball, some guy named John, dropping Casey on his back.
We had to pull them apart earlier in the night, but they are allowed to get their hands on each other in this particular matchup. In the context of the
Pittsburgh
match,
plunge.
There's a Pittsburgh plunge to John.
Next, maybe looking for a shepherd's hook. Up, though, goes the champion into a second Pittsburgh plunge.
Look at MV and Blizzy working together. They'll be across the ring from each other.
Oh,
no!
Wait
a second. Miscommunication, there it is.
Big miscommunication. Nix rolls up MV, and that's going to do it. Wow.
And certainly the story
Here are your winners. Leaders by example, and the Dead Man Society.
Well, I mean, this was a clear miscommunication, Paul. I mean, Blizzy Blake and MV were looking to work together to take out Nick's Wilde, but MV's visibly upset.
Certainly, that's the story of this one. They were working together as a team.
Oh, and come on
now. Leaders getting in. And things breaking down here once again in the center of the ring. We still have MD Young and Blizzy Blake. They're not on the same page.
I mean, yeah, there's more chaos is going out on in front of us as MV Young is left standing toe-to-toe with Blizzy Blake. I mean, this could mean so much more. Obviously, all these matches are taking place this Saturday at Misconnections. We're going to have to talk this through. Oh, and MV feels a certain way.
These two will face each other Saturday at Misconnections 4.
Well, Blizzy, Blake, MV Young, toe-to-toe this Saturday at Misconnections.